before the cities could glow at night, before hospitals could run without stopping, before the world could learn to stay awake after the sunset, there was a young boy that many believed could not learn. The boy was Thomas Alva Edison. 11th of February 1847, Thomas Edison was born in a small town of Milan, Ohio, in the United States of America. Thomas was born at the time where homes were run using oil lamps and candles. Edison grew at a time whereby darkness ruled the night. Thomas was brought up in an ordinary family. His father, Samuel Edison, was a business venture, and his mother, Nancy Edison, was a trained school teacher who believed in curiosity and education, a belief that was going to change the future. Edison asked too many questions. He wanted to know how things worked, why they worked, and what would happen if how they worked was changed. This curiosity was misunderstood in school, and his teacher saw that he was unfit for the class. He was handed a sealed note by his teacher. The mother read the note, paused, and told Edison, "The teacher has written that you are too intelligent for the class. I will teach you myself." In 1859, when Thomas Edison was 12 years old, he started selling newspaper on trains, since during their time, boys were required to work at an early age. This introduced him to telegraph, fast communication, and business. As he grew, Thomas Edison's curiosity did not stop. It is said that one of his tales is that when one day he was walking into the field, he saw goose eggs. So he tried to sit on the eggs to hatch them, as he had seen their hen doing so on its own egg. Over his lifetime, Thomas Edison won 1,093 US patents and more than 1,339 patents worldwide, and this makes him to be celebrated as one of the most prolific inventors during his time, because no one has reached the level he reached in patent. His work did not only touch on electricity, but Thomas Edison worked also in the motion blur. He improved the telephone, and also he did industrial manufacturing. In 1876, Thomas Edison built his first laboratory, that is Menlo Park Laboratory, and this was the first laboratory worldwide. And for the first time, Industrial Research and Development Laboratory became data-driven, team-based, and repeatable. Edison and his team tried several filaments. They tried hundreds, then thousands, without succeeding. It's not that Edison invented electricity, but he invented something affordable, safe, and could be relied on. In 1879, Edison and his team succeeded. His work touched on electricity, wiring networks, and industrial manufacturing. And it is said that in 1871, during the Great Fire in Chicago, Edison met this little girl as her employee, and the name of the girl was Mary Stilwell, who became to be his wife. Now from Mary Stilwell to Mary Edison. With Mary Stilwell, Edison had 3 children. The first children was Marion Edison. Then we have the second born, who was Thomas Alva Edison Jr. And lastly was William Edison. Edison, being a workaholic guy, he did not take much time with his children. In 1882, his Pearl Street station in New York distributed electricity to 400 customers, and this was the birth of commercial power distribution. After that, his wife Mary Stilwell died in 1884, from brain tumor and use of some drugs to try and cure it, being that it is not documented the exact thing that Mary Stilwell suffered from, and it is said that it may be a brain tumor. And he went on with his work and adventure of his curiosity, and in 1886 he married Minna Miller. Minna Miller became his second wife, and with Minna Miller they had Madeline Edison, Charles Edison, who later became to the governor of the New Jersey, and lastly they had Theodore Edison. Edison did not build by accident. Edison worked systematically and was consistent with his work. He invented the light bulb that now we enjoy. So anytime you turn on a bulb, it is the work of Thomas Edison. Anytime you switch it off, anytime you enjoy the lights in the street, it is the hard work of the great inventor Thomas Edison. And as it is said that Thomas Edison invented the direct current, and back then they happened to meet with Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla, who loved Edison's work, and came to invent the alternating current, the AC current. So when Nikola Tesla invented the AC current, Thomas Edison was jealous with Nikola Tesla's invention. So he said that AC current is used to electrocute animals, and he tried proving that by electrocuting an elephant, which that makes him or gives him a bad reputation of what he did. But in all his life, he was curious, he invented. And when he found the letter that was written by his teacher, he read it, and what he saw was painful. The letter stated, "Your son is idle, slow to teach, and does not master." In 1931, Thomas Edison, as 84 years old, died. And that is the philosophy of Thomas Alva Edison. Remember to subscribe for more.